Hello. So what I'm going to do is make a couple videos. I just want to start out with this. The primary focus of this video, which I'm going to get to very shortly, is how to take away the baffles and the suppressor as you take this off the Diana Bandit, then how to reassemble them. And I want to go over that. But before I do that, in case things fall out, I want to show you this first. So I'm on the back side of the camera so I can press focus. I'm trying to get that on there and get my flashlight on. Let me press focus again. Okay. I'm going to try and rotate this here. Can you see little glints of lead? This is the barrel right where the pellets are loaded. And there, I don't know if the camera is picking it up or not, but there's a little one right down there. I got it about 6 o'clock on the camera. There are chunks of lead back in there. I'm trying to... And I don't think that's right. I mean, there shouldn't be those kind of debris of lead as I'm shoving a pellet into the barrel. So something's scraping it off. Now that ring right there is a gasket, and I've got to be careful. I've got to remove that before I do any work. So I'm going to try and clean up this area in here to see if I can make that smoother. But I'm also going to recrown the other end. So let me come around here. Let me tap that. Hopefully we'll refocus over here. All right. So what I want to briefly cover in this video is how to put the baffles back in. This is the only drawing I could find online, and there's a crude diagram. But I've already removed the barrel from the gun, so now I'm going to unthread this, and I'm going to unthread this in this orientation. And the thread is quite long, so you have a half an inch in there. And I've learned also, let me see if I can get this up here again. This hasn't changed since the last time, but can you see the debris in there? Those chunks of lead. So those are big chunks. So I think there's something on my barrel that is manhandling my pellets too much, and I want to get rid of that. And I'm going to lose all those chunks as soon as I dump this over. So for reference sake, I want to take this apart and then reassemble it. So what I'm going to do is put this under here, and then no, that's not it. Seeing it flips around. That's why, seeing it, this has already reversed itself. So despite my best efforts, all right, so I'm going to put this together like this. So, to the best of my knowledge, following the diagram that I see on this paper here, you have short spacer and then a cone, spacer, cone, spacer, cone, spacer, cone, spacer, cone, long spacer, and then cone. Like that. And there's residue in just about all of these. But this is not an easy thing to put together and get in and out of your gun. And again, in the manual, right here, there's nothing that shows you how to do this. They suggest cleaning the gun with this still installed. Okay, so there's a little debris pile you can see from all the lead that came out of this. So at any rate, I'm not going to reassemble this at this point. I don't need to, but I just wanted you to see. Well, I mean, I suppose I can. So that's the bottom. So that means, yeah, what you have to do, you can't get this stuff to stay in a stack like this. You have to go back. So what we said, that was, so that means this is going to go in first, and then we have this, and then we have this, and then this. And the problem is you put these things in, they can flip. There's, you know, I mean, let me show you. See if we can get in there. See, they don't necessarily go in there really nice. You can see that's crooked. I mean, this is not easy stuff to get in and out. So you just have to be careful and deliberate with it. And I do think that was an issue I had with my first gun, that it was clipping this baffle. So at any rate, that's how you take the baffles out and then put them back together in reverse order. But I'm not going to get done with that until, I don't know how I'm going to get this thing off. I don't think I can recrown this. Boy, now that I realize that. My goodness. Let me see if I can look in there with my flashlight. No. I don't know. I was planning on using these screws right here. Well, that will fit in there. So just for a reference, try and touch that, refocus it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this in focus. All right, there. So you can see that surface in there. I'm going to try and smooth that up. But really, I know this surface is rough too, just by the debris that's, you know, around that area coming in the barrel. So we'll see what I can do. I'm not a gunsmith, but that's going to be the next video. Thanks for hanging in there with me.